Good morning. Oh, my truck is going to break down. No way. There we go. Good morning. It is Friday. It's the end of April, so it would be April 29th, 28th, I forget. I never know what day it is. I'm making documentaries almost every day now because I've been spied on by illegal cults in Ohio since I was a little girl. There was, I didn't know that it was about me. My birthday is 9369, September 3rd, 1969. And my birthday is very important, and it was supposed to be a sign for people to see when I was born, along with my name. I was named, my daddy told me I was named after the Debbie Reynolds movies. Tammy, like Tammy, Tell Me True, Tammy and the Bachelor, The River Rat. She was backwards in the movies, and people made fun of her in the movies for the way she talked. But there was a siren that went off in an air show one time when I was very little, and I was at my grandma's, and I was really scared of it. When I found out, like I told in another video about Dr. Creep being into witchcraft, WTUE, my uncle had done a homegrown album, which I've been trying to get this off my chest for a very long time. Because I don't know what they did, because I wasn't living their life, so I was just living mine. But there was ghosts in my grandma's house. There was ghosts following us, like they do in the Ghost Hunters TV shows. There was people that were actual ghosts into witchcraft that I said before in another video. These are real people, and they like being a demon behind people. Jesus calls them demons. I don't understand how people want to do this, but they got very jealous of who I was. And they found out I was born somehow. I don't know if my uncle let it slip at WTUE one time making the homegrown album. I don't want to say what band he was in because it's not my life, it's his. I used to go in his room and play his drums, but there was a big siren. It went all through, like it was very loud at one of the, it was like 1973, maybe 74, the Dayton Air Show. As far as I can remember, my grandma held me on her hip because I was scared of the siren. I don't remember where my sisters were. I have two sisters then. But I've been thinking a lot lately since I guess this grew really big. I wrote a chapter in 2003 about America after 9/11 got hit. I wrote a chapter about how the Wicca grew, and I was God-fed, I felt. And God was very upset. They found the crosses underneath the Twin Towers, but he wants people to know that this grew so big in America. And my thing this morning was thinking about how, what are we doing with our children today? If we're all on drugs, I'm not saying I am, but like America's getting very bad on drugs. They don't want to really take care of their kids. They're buying Xboxes. We're not supposed to covet thy neighbor, and we're all buying the bigger TV, the bigger car, the better Xbox, the better game system, everything. And we're not really taking care of our kids right. The moms are working, which I'm a firm believer that I got left when I had my babies. And I'm upset, but I'm okay with it because I got the gold. I got to raise and watch them grow. The daddies didn't. They stepped away. But anyway, I'm very, very upset with the way the world is going today. It's very unheard of that marriage lasts 40 years now. A lot of people are getting divorced. A lot of people shouldn't even be together. A lot of people are just sleeping with each other. There's too many Match.coms on the website today. Like my pastor says, you get to choose what site what you want to go on the web. If you want to fill up your mind with smut, then you've chosen to follow the black path, I call it. Because that's the devil way. And then you can choose to stay in good. And a lot of people are lying on Facebook. A lot of people are following everybody on Facebook what to post. Or, you know, it's just silly. Like, they spend their lives on Facebook instead of living life. Like life is turning into technology. We're not raising our kids. The school is now becoming like a babysitter sometimes. Like, the moms got their freedom. Or if they have to work, you know, they can go to school. But now all the schools just want money for all their little things they do, you know, instead of, like, there's some kids that do the extracurricular, like swim team, basketball, stuff like that. But there's kids that are not being raised right. And I feel like if they took God out of school because of that Lizzie Borden lady, whatever, she was an atheist. We need to get it right back in, or else get our kids back into Christianity schools and get them out of the public schools. Just something that I went through in my school. I mean, we had a good school, but I found out there was witches in my school. I didn't know. I knew when I seen them, they were the lower class type people that always gossiped or laughed at people. And it started even when I was in the younger years in elementary schools, but it got bad when I got into high school. But I stayed around the good people. I didn't know I was being followed by these witches. And even the guys can be more drama than the girls. And they start innuendo, and they just, you know, if you want to raise your kids in good with God, you know, and stay God-fearing, I think that the kids need to get homeschooled, or else they need to get into Christian schools today, because a lot of people don't know how to raise their children. Michael Jackson sang a song about, if you can't feed your baby, don't have a baby. And there's so many people out there sleeping with everybody. They don't know who their baby daddy are, like Maury Povich. They don't know how to do anything because they weren't raised right. So how can you, if you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of a baby? And the guys are just leaving us. So that's what happened to me. They got me pregnant. And I really did fall in love with my first baby daddy. I was very much in love with him. And we made a baby, and he left. He got scared. But we were too young. And I was even not ready to have a baby or anything yet. But I'm happy now. But my kids are grown. It was very hard being a single mom. And then you got the guys. You have to watch who the guys come. After you have your kids, you have to watch what guys come in and out of your life. Because they have ill intentions. They want to make you believe that they really care about you. When they don't, they have bad intentions. They could be, you know, if they don't have a good job and they don't talk right out of their mouth. I had guys popping up at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I worked third so that I could be home with my babies when they got out of school and sleep during the day. Those guys come into my house all hours. Like, even in the afternoon when I was asleep, I had to turn them away. I'm like, guys were scary, and I don't like guys that are hollering out the side of the car. I think it's disgusting. They think that they're cool. But if you see a guy hanging out the side of the car and they're yelling at you, they're going to yell at every girl they see, not just you. They're doing it to every woman they see to see who they can get. Like, there's a lot of people out there today like that. America is getting bad, and I'm getting upset about it because we can't raise our kids in a society where everybody has morals. And I believe that, like, you can date, and you can, today we have to interview on a date, not say interview, but to yourself, but learn what these people are like, because they change. They'll rope you in, and they'll take you on a date and act like they're all nice, and then when they get all cozy, they change into who they used to be before that you met them. And it's disgusting. If you can't be one way, then I think that the cops, like, let's see, this is another subject that I'm upset about. If a guy is going to go to jail for a DUI, there's a big thing going on a couple years ago about the cops getting all their quota for giving people tickets at the beginning of the month or middle of the month or whatever at the end of the month. If If a cop wants to give that guy a ticket and take him to jail for a DUI, then there needs to be something more done about that, because there's some reason why this person is drinking or on drugs from their childhood, and they are not getting into the bottom of it, and we're not cleaning up our society. There's a problem with the way they were raised, whether somebody got hurt and they decided to do drugs or do alcohol, and we're all becoming addicted. Just like I like talking about songs because I write about the music in my life, because that's another story I don't want to talk about right now. But Hotel California, everyone is addicted to something today. Everybody has a vice in today's society. So we are letting everything get out of hand. And I just wanted to get that off of my chest this morning, because we need to figure out how we're either gonna stay in church and raise our children the right way with the morals that we used to have. That I had morals in the 80s, I thought, even if my parents didn't, we did. Me and my sisters did. If we liked a guy, we would never date that guy, and we stayed connected to each other. Now that we're all grown up, we're all separated, me and my sisters, and I'm very upset about it. They changed. My mom told me one time, you change to be what you love, to what you love. Like my mom changed to be like her husband, my stepdad. My sisters changed to be like their husbands. No, we're no longer connected and bonded like we used to be. And bonding is a very big thing with me, like my children. People have come and separated me and my babies. I needed a babysitter when I would go to work, and I found out my kids were treaded on by people I trusted. So you can't trust anybody today with your children. I was even told to go to this lady at the schools that was certified through the schools, and my baby got molested by one of the kids, and the mom didn't care. The babysitter didn't care. She was downstairs doing laundry with her little baby on the hip, and I quickly took my baby out of that situation. And I went and I beat the crap out of it. I had a little talk with that boy's mother, because he wasn't just doing it to my daughter, he was doing it to other girls. And the lady didn't care, she was doing other things. So you can't even trust the school babysitters. You can't trust anybody. You can't trust grandmas and grandpas. You can't trust aunt and uncles. You can't trust anybody today with your children, only you. So we need to be at home. And if the dad wants to step away, we can't be pregnant. But there has to be something done with condoms and everything, because if you're going to have sex and you're too young to have a kid, you're going to have to use a condom or safe sex or something, or not even have sex at all and wait till you're married like you're supposed to in the Bible. The guys are all about sex, and it's not right for the girl. So I felt pushed sometimes when I was younger to have sex with a guy. The world is just not in morals that we should be. I want to get my books published. I haven't been published yet because I've been followed by these people. So I'm getting it out this way. It's very scary what my life is going through. So things I say is very important to me. And I might not say enough, but I will one day. So hopefully people will understand.